Hello and welcome to My Retired Life. I'm Scott, for those that haven't met me yet or wondering who this dude is in front of the camera. I'm Scott, and this channel is all about retirement and motivation and things that hopefully I can pass on to you that will help you in your retirement. So I thought, I was sitting down late yesterday, and I was sitting in the backyard wondering, you know, I've been retired 11 years now. I retired at 55, I'm 66 now. And in those 11 years, I was reflecting back on my first 6 months of retirement. And that's what this video is about. I'm going to share with you some of the things that I noticed and have stuck with me 11 years later in the first 6 months that I was retired. So let's go take a walk. So the first thing is, most of these were really kind of unexpected surprises when I was retired the first 6 months. And what I mean by that is, the first thing I noticed is my stress dropped. Not being in work, my stress dropped dramatically. My blood pressure went down. I wasn't having to worry about things that were coming up the next day at work that has to be done, and it was like something, just a weight got lifted off my shoulders. It was a beautiful thing. My anxiety towards finances. When you're retiring or just about to retire or thinking of retirement, the one thing that should be on your mind is your finances, right? And it was on mine too. But after discussion with my wife, because you have to, this is a big decision. You know, do I retire at 55 or 65 or 60 or whatever? What's our finances like? Is the house paid off? You have to worry about all those things. Gone. They were all gone. Another thing that was unexpected was all the travel time I had to work. Even though I had only 20 minutes to get to work, I've saved all that time and money and gas, and I found that 20 minutes gives me an extra 20 minutes having my coffee. So that's not a bad thing. So the travel time has actually changed. The travel time has changed from going to work to going to the golf course, because I'm literally there 6 days out of 7 days, depending on the weather, golfing or doing something at the golf course, volunteering or whatever. So the travel time from work has really been transmitted to volunteering. But before that, in the first 6 months, I didn't have to get up and travel to work, go through rush hour traffic, things like that. So back 6 months ago, before I got into what I'm doing now and how I've set up my routines and my retirement vision, if you will, I never had that travel time. It was good. Another thing that I didn't really understand was inflation. Now, I know I saved much more than I needed to, but it's a good thing, because inflation is coming. And you don't really realize it until you're hearing it in the news, and you look at your stocks or your investments or your IRAs if you're in the States and stuff, and you see it fluctuating, going up and down. And inflation, I factored in about 3% inflation to my salary every year. Thankfully, I have a pension that's automatically adjusted to inflation, so if it's 2.3, I get a 2.3 interest rate. It's just one of those things that worked out well for me. What's another unexpected thing? I have notes. I carry notes. When I retired, I learned a lot of new things, doing a lot of new things. YouTube. I had to learn to edit on YouTube. I had to learn how to create a niche, produce a video, create a video, all those types of things. I learned all that on my own after I retired. It was a great thing. I loved doing it. Loved doing it. There's a couple of the other things that I've learned. I've learned that I can't swing a golf club the same way as when I was in 6 months into retirement. 11 years ago, I would wrap my golf club around my head and read the driver here saying Callaway. I don't bend that way anymore. So I had to change my golf swing. So you change and adapt. And looking back, I've changed and adapted a lot. My attitude has changed. My demeanor has changed quite a bit. My demeanor has changed because I'm not the one all frustrated and angry anymore. No. Not angry, maybe frustrated is a better way to choose words. Because I don't care. I'm retired. I can do it tomorrow. I don't have to do it today if I don't want to, unless the wife says so, then I have to. And generally she's probably right. I've been putting it off too long. I'm better at procrastinating than I was when I first 6 months. Because the first 6 months you're gung-ho, you're tired, you want to get all these projects done. And as you get a little older and a little wiser, those projects you just a lot more time to do. Before I'd put up a shed in a day or an afternoon in the backyard. Now it's, we got to put the deck down, we got to put a plate down, we have to, fix and set everything up that you have to set up. Put down the deck, put down up the walls, put the roof on, that type of thing. It's just, yeah, I don't do it in a day anymore. And I used to do it on my own, and I used to swear a lot. Not so much anymore, although I can swear with the best of them. Don't tempt me. Oh, I smell lilacs. Look at over here. The lilac trees, oh, they smell so good. And I'm in the English Garden at Kildonan Park right now. There we are. Beautiful park. I love walking in this park. So my attitude's changed a lot. My time is very valuable. When you first retire, well, especially me, I retired at 55. When you first retire at 55, you don't think about time. 11 years later, you're thinking about time. How much time do you have left on the earth, right? I mean, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen when you're 90. You just don't know. So my attitude back then was, I got to get things done. Now it's like, I'm going to do things that I want on my time frame. And it's a beautiful thing. It's not rushed. It's one of those things that it's hard to put into words. I think peace. I've come to peace with myself. And that was one of the harder things to do. The first 6 months when you retire, like I said before, you really want to get things done and have everything ready to go. And it's just, you're gung-ho about retirement. And as you age, from the first 6 months to now, I'm more, not so much living within my means. I do that anyway. I've always done that. So why change in retirement? It's more, I'm at peace with myself and the decisions that I make. Whereas when you first retire, the decisions you make are totally different in the first 6 months than they are 11 years later. 11 years later, I value different things now. I value family more. I tear up at bad dog stories, where the dogs are abused. My emotions, I don't hide anymore. I used to. My dogs, I love my dogs. I love my wife. And we've made a very good life for ourselves, and we worked hard for it. And at 55, you really don't think that way. At 65, you're getting older. How many summers do I have left? 10? Makes me 76. Do I have 5? I don't know. But one of the best decisions I ever made was to retire early at 55, because now I've had 11 good years. Physical health is good. I don't have a problem doing anything. I maybe a little slower than when I was 55, but that's just aging, the part of aging. The first 6 months of retirement, there was a lot of excitement. We had a house in Arizona we were going to, and you know, you get excited about going, and if you don't leave on time, you're going to miss a day. What you don't realize is you've got tomorrow, right? You've got tomorrow. When you're 55, just retired, or 65 and just retired, you want to make the most time of what you have, and you're a little rushed. 11 years later, I get to Arizona when I get to Arizona. Now, part of the travel that we were just talking about was I travel a lot slower. I see things better. I enjoy the travel much better than going and flying somewhere and you've got a week and a half to do it. You're gone for 2 weeks, you got to try and take in as many sites as you can. Now that's fine when you're 55 or just retired and you're excited, but as you get older, it changes from that first 6 months to, I want to spend some time going hiking or going to the park and just walking around and enjoying it. Like, I mean, look at this place, it's beautiful. It's so much fun and relaxing. My blood pressure's way down from when I was 55. Not on pills. It's a good thing. To sum it up, when you're 55 and you first, for me it was 55, when you first retire, the first 6 months, you got things to figure out. And once you figure out those things, the spending, there's a myriad of reasons that the first 6 months are different than the next 10 years you're going to have. But once you figure it out, it's just a phenomenal thing. It really is. It comes down to one word, and I said it in my last video. You come to have peace in your life. Now, I'm not saying kumbaya, all that stuff. I'm just saying you appreciate every day more because you're not trying to cram everything in. Now, you do 1 or 2 activities in a day, and that's a great thing. Sometimes I do 3 or 4, and that's a full day. But right now, as it stands, if you can get peace in your mind and in your life, your decision making gets better. It really does. It doesn't get worse as you age. It got better for me. The first 6 months, I wanted to do it all. And we did a lot. We did some serious traveling when we first retired, the first 6 months. The point I'm trying to make is, as you age and as you retire, your first 6 months will change from I got to get everything done to I got to get everything done when I get it done. It doesn't have to be done right now. The only caveat to that is your health. Your health dictates all that, health and time. If you don't have your health, your time is limited. So the first thing you got to look after is yourself. And it took a while to understand that for me. It wasn't in the first 6 months, not at all. It was, when I turned 60, I started taking my fitness a little bit more seriously. Even lately, I've lost 15 pounds from when I started this channel last year. I'm doing it gradually, I'm doing it safe, and I'm still having fun, and I still get to treat myself once in a while. It's kind of fun that way. But so let me close on this. Make peace with yourself. Understand yourself. Understand what you want, what's important to you, and make those a priority. And once you get your first priority going, your second priority is a good thing, but it's not the most important thing. Once you get that most important thing figured out, and you won't get it in the first 6 months, you'll have to do it over a couple of years. Once you get it, your routine, your priorities set, retirement is the best gig ever. With that said, you might want to check this video, or this video, or is it this video and then this video? And let's call this one done.